help it, it's okay to get your hand dirty, but you will be doing it for a very worthy cause. It's a humble request. Don't, you can keep it discreet if you want to, but it's a great way of giving back and also learning a lot. Their disclaimer, everything we provide is strictly for education purposes. All investments carry a risk. Be careful. Make sure you're getting advice from the licensed professionals only. Don't worry about what YouTube says or TikTok says. 1,001 opinions on the same topic. But when it comes to real thing, make sure it's just done black and white through professionals only. Hamilton, Ontario. What is happening there? A lot more homeowners are missing the mortgage payments 4 times compared to the rest of province of Ontario. Unfortunately, the city is based upon certain industries, and that industries are not doing well. And because of whatever is happening, the tariffs, the wars, and economic downturns, if you can help somebody, great. If you know anybody who is facing a power sale or eviction, let us know. We can assist them. There's no obligation. We don't have to buy the property. We can help them to downsize it. Our realtor friend or friends, uh, legal advisors, all of them are capable of helping those people. Just thought I should share with you. Our rents are declining. Why? Declining population, declining international students, a lot of temporary workers. So that is bringing the rent not humongously, but it is having some sort of impact. I believe one of the worst vacancy is in Buffalo Woods, which is Fort McMurray, Edmonton, and I believe second is Kelowna. Toronto is about 3%. I believe Edmonton, Calgary are running at heard about it, not confirmed, but 5%. But again, the rents are there's a lot of rentals available, but there is always demand for something else. I'd like to make a pinpoint to you why there are a lot of rental available. First of all, people don't like pigeonholes. Talking about bachelor suites or one bedrooms. Preferred rent is 3 bedroom, two washroom, or 3 bedroom, three bath. Where this is where the rents are going up. Just thought I should let you know. If you want to dig your area, go to rentals.ca and you can look into about your city, what is the current status is. Before you invest, make sure you have done your homework. So this is what I mentioned to you, declining rent and population. They are not doing great, but that's what it is. And that's what it is exactly. And we should be aware of it. All information is provided by Stat Canada, Rental RCA, and Urbanation, actually. Thank you. So most of Canadians do not realize that you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Where is that money you're leaving? It's on the CRA account. Please check your account. Speak to your CPA, speak to your accountant, and there might be money. They might have given you a check you didn't cash out, or there are certain benefits you are not getting it. Please Google into it. That unlock your benefits, CRA update, and every dollar count. Under this section, you will find a website for CRA, and there might be money waiting for you. This is not a good news or bad news, but what it is, this one is a lot of Canadians are investing very heavily, more than ever. 43% of all the condos are owned by investors. So about 84,300 homes in Ontario owned by other investors. Some are private equity companies, some are people like you and I who own multiple properties. So more or less is the population of Markham, Ontario. Reconstruction condo, good news and bad news. What's the good news? All the prices are declining for the new condos. The bad news is they're not going to build anymore. So what's going to happen 2030? We're going to have a humongous shortage. There won't be any inventory available. So a lot of private equity companies have bought many, many condos, and their exit plan is to get out by 2030. So this is more or less happening in Toronto as well as in Vancouver. but you will find that in 2030, in about 4 years' time, we will be talking totally differently that, hey, we should have bought now when there's low inventory and low prices. And Randy Goodman will maybe, Randy, you like to add something to it? Randy?
Sorry, Nav. Sorry. Repeat your question, please.
I said right now the condo prices are pretty low
Yes.
and new condos, the supply is there. And by now in the next couple of years, nobody's going to build new more condos. In 2030, there'll be a shortage of new condos and the demand will be pretty high. Is it a good time to invest in condos?
It's a really good time to invest in condos. The prices are the lowest we've seen. And, and it's been difficult to sell any of them. So there's very few actually being sold, which is surprising because this is when the buyers should be jumping in and grabbing them because they're not going to stay down forever. They will go back up. So they're a great investment tool, cash flow with renting them out or living in them, whatever works best for you. And yes, condos are a great buy right now.
Excellent. All right.
Thank you.
Well, Canadian banks are making billions of dollars and most of the Canadians are not. Why? Because there's one factor, and this factor will be repeated the day you start learning about financing. Every Canadian bank, when they lend you money, it's compound interest. When they pay you, pay simple interest. And they always reinvest. If you're not investing, you are losing opportunity. Whatever the capital you have, there's a certain formula to it, certain percentage you should have as emergency fund. The rest of the money should remain invested. As long as the money keep invested for a long time, you're going to benefit, regardless of what goes up or down. And you can talk to Randy about more about it. Why you shall keep invested. That's very important for us to know. Population growth. There's no such thing as growth in Canada. This is the first time after 80 years we have population decline, which is not a good news, but in a way, some people are happy, others are not. So new Toronto home sales are down by 90%. Most of you are aware of it because of whatever reasons. Mortgage arrears across Canada are approaching a little higher simply because of uncertainty, artificial intelligence, you name it. And now they start preaching, hey, don't go for a degree. Go for what? A trade. Learn a trade. There's more money in it. Instead of becoming a doctor or engineer, hey, become a plumber. You may gonna get much more money than otherwise. So here is something, Randy, I want you to have a feedback. Land values have crashed by 60%. The GTA salt price tumbled from 220 to $90 per square feet. That's a humongous news for investors. We will be discussing even today about opportunities where you can turn your single family home to multi units. Is that a good time to buy that land where you can convert it? Could you make a lot of money? Could you end up with putting very little money, 5%, maybe even a lot less, and have positive cash flow and you own an apartment building or multifamily building in Toronto? This was report came from the SABI's report. This Build Canada Homes, by the way. Randy, anything you'd like to add on it?
Yeah, I think there's different parts of the puzzle to look at. So, yes, it can be a great investment, but the other issue is how long is it going to, if you're buying land to develop, is it zoned? What stage is it at? Have there been any applications? If you're right at the beginning stages, you could be holding on to a piece of land for 5 to 10 years. Now, if that's your strategy, that's fantastic. It's a great time to buy. But if you're planning to build in the next 6 months, tomorrow, a year from now, then it might not be the best idea. You might want to be careful of what kind of land, what stage they're at, and really have an investigation on what piece of land or parcel of land is best for you, because it could take years for you to get permits, get your approvals and whatnot. So it just depends on what your goals are and what stage that property might be at, but it can be a really, really good investment.
Well, having said that, what Randy has said exactly, pre-plan ahead of time, do your due diligence. And yes, we do have some developers and builders who can assist you, help you to get the process going, and you can have hands-off operation altogether. We'll be discussing that one uh, very shortly. We'll be offering that kind of opportunity to some of you who are qualified to do it. Other good news is the student housing. And under the CMHC insurers, if you can meet the three criteria, which is energy efficiency and accessibility criteria, as well as there's another element called affordability. Three elements for CMHC MLI Select program. So the student housing do qualify under MLI Select program. Energy efficiency is the key, no gas altogether. Accessibility means any handicapped person. And again, third one is affordability. As long as you meet the rental criteria, whatever the rents are, if you're even $1 or less, you're qualified. And that's also a very important part for CMHC though. Um, Again, this program will be changing. Again, there are certain changes coming up. We're going to have one of the CMHC MLI expert come into one of our meetings and explain to you exactly in a very layman's language how does it work. What is happening in Calgary, even though Calgary and Alberta is experiencing a huge boom, so especially Edmonton, because they are giving away the building permit in a very short period of time. There's very little development charges compared to Toronto or other cities or Vancouver. So there's a big boom going on in Alberta and Saskatchewan. If you're looking into it, be careful. Again, it's all about missing middle. There is a huge demand for it, and I'm sure some of the builders and developers are really raking in. And sometimes you may gonna find that any opportunity you look at it, there are multiple offers on it though. Just thought I'd just share with you. So this is the report. We'll skip this one. Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Halifax, and Montreal are on the go. So is the Toronto. Uh, this is important that a lot of investors get into business and they buy it under fear of missing out. FOMO, they call it. Buy anything, anywhere. And again, buying is one thing, financing is something a lot of Canadians are realizing it since 2021 when the interest rate was 1.5. Now they're renewing at 4.5. Now they're realizing it that, hey, we should have planned ahead. We should have listened to a mortgage broker or realtor. We could have done things a bit better. So be aware of it that, what kind of debt you want to take upon your principal residence or investment property. Things do go haywire, things go on the sideways. And a lot of renters in certain markets are demanding the landlord, hey, can you please lower down my rent? And the investor saying, hey, listen, I'm already losing 1,000 or $1,500 a month. In my own house, the mortgage rate has gone up. So it's one of those situations where nobody's a winner and everybody is hurting in this market. So here comes the CMHC program, which is up to 95% loan to value ratio program, 50-year amortization. Again, this program is not for everybody. This is for certain people with have certain net worth, and it is a great program. It's not for the short-term gain. This is for the long term. You're going to build wealth for next 10, 20, 50 years. This could be a great thing, even though it could be good for short term if you want to get in and out. But the more the money you make, the time and effort you put it in, by the time you pay capital gain, and all the realtor face everything, there's not much left in it though. So this may not be good for a quick flip. But again, for long-term basis, absolutely. So CMSC have given about 10.10 over $10 billion. This is the highest amount of money they ever given in one quarter. Just to let you know that you should be aware of it, what is happening and what is going on. Uh, Toronto is picking up in this market as we speak. There is not that many players out there, except few players. Gas Toronto is expensive. You have to be very careful where you want to build, what kind of property you want to build, and the city still have a lot of red tape. We have a couple of developers and builders, I can say, who could help you, and they might be able to assist you altogether. This is how the institutional investors work on it. Uh, just like Brookfield, there are a couple of other investors I'm going to share with you shortly. They are picking up as many properties they can. They are investing billions and billions of dollars. If this institutional investors, when they are buying it, I think we can follow them. You will not go wrong. Again, why? What they do? They plan ahead of time. They have multiple exit strategies, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And most of the time, they are pretty much okay because this is private money, they're private equity companies. And I believe that when you follow a big guy, if you're a small person or you just have one or two properties, you could you could make money. This is on Nootka Sound, BC. It's simply a floating house. Some people like it. Just thought I'd just share with you. This is what I'm talking about. That we are expecting that there is going to be no condos will be available, or very few condos available. Mostly the condo take 3 to 5 years to build it. Right now, there's not many buildings on the horizon, especially in Toronto. A lot of projects axed out, and we have the lowest inventory coming up. So this could, again, as I said, that's going to create a humongous, massive shortage, and the price will boom. Again, this is something in 2029. In my opinion, it'll be 2030. Again, anybody and everybody can be wrong. It's just an opinion only. So this is one of the other company called High Art Capital, and they are creating 2,200 rental units. They're turning into condos, and this is what I'm talking about. This is again a private company, and their exit strategy exactly the same what I mentioned to you earlier, that they want to get out in 2030, or they're going to downsize some of the stuff and resell it. Uh, what's happened in the market? There's a bit of stand up. The sellers don't want to sell, buyers don't want to buy. So let's see, who goes what, and there's uncertainty in the market as long as there's a war and the trade war and the so-called tariffs. I think the uncertainty is putting a lot of people on hold, and that's very unfortunate. So what are we missing? A lot of properties. The city is running backward now, and they are allowing you to turn your single family to 5 units out of 44 wards in Toronto. I do believe for 9 wards, you can put up to 6 units, and otherwise you can put 5 units altogether. The rest of Ontario, I believe, is 3 units, and it can change from way to way. Same thing in Vancouver, I believe. Okay, not much happening in 2029. This is what we expected. So those who are thinking about investing in condo, right now the market is low. And if you do not have any exit plan before 2030, it could be a safe investment. Talk to Randy Goodman, talk to your realtor, mortgage broker, do your search, because there will not be any inventory available in 2030. They're only expecting about 672 units only. So there's going to be a humongous shortage for new cars. All right. This is something else. A lot of people are doing it, fix and flip. This is this particular house, and it's only 20 feet lot, and it has increased the value by 3 times. 3 times. And this is what it can do when you are an investor, how you can turn really single family in less than 10 years time. If you multiply the value 3 times, I think that's incredible, absolutely incredible. Just thought I should share with you today. This is what we are going to be talking about. What is it? There is all kind of government is giving you all kind of grants, no development charges, no GST, and so on. 5% down payment. This could be one of the greatest opportunity time, in my opinion. Okay, moving forward, we're gonna go all this about this is something I'm talking about. Again, the senior housing is gonna be on fire. This is gonna be a next big gold mine in Canada, Canadian real estate. And again, seniors living a lot longer, and they have a lot of disposable income. They don't want to own real estate anymore. They would like to move to rental, close to hospitals, and they want some sort of assistance as well. And we have launching a program shortly about for seniors as well. So that brings me to the next person now, our real estate lawyer. She is attorney from lawyer from India, lawyer from UK, and also a lawyer from Canada. She's not only in Ontario, she's also doing some deals in Alberta. Jyoti, it's all yours, my friend.
Thank you, Navtaj. Always a pleasure to be in your webinar and talk to everybody. The topic for today is power of sales. Are they really good to buy as like first-time buyers or as investors or whatever? Investors would know that it's not easy to buy a power of sale property because there are lots of issues with power of sale, and you need to get the advice of a real estate lawyer. That is very, very critical. It's not what it seems. Basically, when there is a power of sale, everything that you see is as is. There are no warranties on appliances or any of the fixtures or the condition of the property, and you're supposed to buy it as is. So you need a good real estate lawyer to do a good title search to find out what are the liens, what are the mortgages, so clear title is given. Then there are also special schedules to the agreement. And the real estate lawyer will look at the schedules and see that everything is, for the benefit of his client, because most of the schedules are for the benefit of the seller and not the buyer in the power of sale. And the other thing that one has to, consider is that there is a 15-day period in which if a homeowner misses a mortgage payment, they can say that he has defaulted and they can issue a notice of sale. What that means is that they're going to start the power of sale process, but what one has to know is that there is a 35-day redemption period in which the the owner can pay out the mortgage and redeem his property, meaning that the buyer who has signed a binding agreement of purchase and sale cannot enforce that agreement, although it is binding, because the seller has paid off his mortgage and he is out of the woods and the property is still his. So that is something very important that all people buying power sale properties have to be aware of. The other thing is the possession. You get possession, and the banks will give you clear title most of the time. I mean, in fact, all the time, they're supposed to give you clear title, but you don't know who's occupying the property. And if there are tenants who are occupying the property, then you need to get rid of them if you don't want to inherit the tenants. So you need a lawyer to tell you what is the condition of the property, who's living in it, if there are tenants, if you want tenants, or you have to give them a notice yourself under the Landlord and Tenant Board Act. So these are the important issues to consider when you're buying a power of sale property. So, like I said, the right of redemption, the homeowner or the mortgagor who has defaulted on the mortgage payment, he has a right of redeeming his property within 35 days. If he brings it into good order, then he can reclaim his house, and the agreement of purchase and sale that the buyer has signed, although it is supposed to be binding, he cannot enforce it and he loses the property. And then there are issues with the deposit as well. So these are the important things to consider, and also the state of the property. It could be in a bad state, and the lender or the bank is not going to do anything to repair the property. So basically, everything depends on the lawyer and the lawyer's evaluation of the property, the agreement of purchase and sale, the schedules, the title search, and without this critical piece of information, uh, one should not go in for a power of sale property, however attractive it may seem to be. I
All right.
think I think
That's
that
great.
sums up the major problems. There would be more, but this is the major issue that people have to be aware of.
Thank you, Jyoti. What Jyoti is saying, before you buy any piece of property under foreclosure, power of sale, make sure you consult a lawyer first. They're going to give you a Schedule A or B, which tells you that you're buying the property as is where is. The seller is never the owner. They're selling it under the power of sale or foreclosure. And it's entirely up to you if they're gonna be able to give you vacant possession, what shape the property is in. There's no warranty, no guarantee. Of course, you're gonna get a clear title, but it could come with a lot of strings attached. There will not be no so-called home inspection. If there is any defect, you're buying it as where is though. And even though it could be very attractive, make sure you speak to your realtor. Let's say you're talking to Randy Goodman. She will make sure that she have done her homework and she can advise you, hey, this is a good property or not a good property, and what will be the upside, what will be the other side in case everything goes wrong. Again, real estate investment, especially in power sale and foreclosure, without proper education can be super risky. People jump in thinking it's gonna be a great deal, and they skip the basic due diligence and they get into trouble. Jyoti, thank you so much once again. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, moving forward. Do we have Jerry Hoganhook? Are you here? Vladimir, is he here? Jerry Hoganhook?
Give me a second.
Okay. Well, one thing most of people don't realize it, that anything, whatever you do, you pay a lot of your money to a tax man. An average Canadian family pay about 42% taxes most of the time. You spend a lot less money in housing, clothing, and food, but the taxman get the biggest share. If you're an investor, anytime you sell a piece of property, if it's a corporation, it's a different ballgame. If it is individual, it's capital gain. And capital gains are changing a lot. Is he here, Jerry? Jerry, are you here?
No, he's not here, Uncle.
I think I saw something on the line. Jerry, are you here? All right. There is something most of you are not aware of it. I'm not the capacity to give you advice to talk about. This called Schedule 89 from your corporation. If you have a corporation, what you should be aware of it, what you shouldn't be aware of it. Is there money sitting there? Can you get the money out of your corporation? It's a little bit sophisticated topic. I suggest that I will wait until uh, Jerry comes in and explain to you in a more professional manner. But this is a very sensitive area, but majority of Canadian investors are not aware of it. A lot of Canadian owners of any corporation are not aware of it. And it is on one of those things which you got the blinders on, and unnecessarily we keep our money away and might be paying a lot of taxes for no reasons. All right, moving forward. So we will not. So GTA, what is happening in Toronto? So for us to enlighten us, what happened in Toronto real estate, what is happening now, how a number of properties got sold. If you look at the chart, from last 10 years or 11 years, so-called 10 years plus, what are the sales in March only? Not the whole year, only in the March. To enlighten us, I'm going to bring my little sister. She's the award-winning real estate broker from 21 to 26, #1 bestseller, international seller, author and speaker, she's a publisher. She does a lot of multi-event producer, and she's the top-notch realtor in GTA. Randy, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for having me and welcome everybody. So I want to jump right into what we're seeing on the ground this April. So I'm often asked, who is actually buying power of sale properties right now? The answer is usually not everyone. As an investor, that should be music to your ears. We're officially in a negotiation market. Let's look at the TREB numbers from March. Sales are up slightly, 1.7%, but new listings are actually down nearly 17%. The average price is sitting over $1 million, down about 6.7% year over year. What this tells us is that the market isn't in a frenzy. Buyers aren't being forced to overpay, and that's where the negotiation gap lives. This pressure is starting to boil over into motivated situations, longer days on the market, price reductions, and increasingly power of sale. Now, I want to add some context on the commercial side because it's mirroring some of these pressures. We've moved past the pandemic uncertainty into what I call a structural reset. Nationally, office vacancy just saw its most significant contraction since 2020, dropping to 13.6%. In Toronto, we are seeing a shift from a flight to quality to a fight for quality because there's almost zero new office construction happening, less than 2 million square feet nationwide. Top tier tenants are renewing early just to secure space. If you're looking at commercial assets, the commodity buildings are struggling, but high quality transit oriented Class A assets are tightening up fast. On the retail front, though, the squeeze is real. You might have seen the news about the Popeyes locations facing distress notices recently. This is a textbook example of how rising rent and operational costs are hitting small to midnight sized businesses occupiers. It's a reminder that even in a strong market, operational pressure creates real estate opportunities. If you're wondering where the development money is going in Toronto right now, it's not into glass towers. It's going into purpose-built rentals and the missing middle. Toronto just saw a massive jump in rental starts, the highest annual total since the 1970s. In March alone, council approved thousands of new units, with nearly half of them being purpose-built rentals. We're also seeing a pivot towards 6 to 11-story buildings along our major avenues. For you as investors, this means the as-of-right zoning is becoming more flexible for multiplexes and mid-rise projects. The city is desperate for this missing middle supply. However, keep in mind that Toronto still has the longest construction timelines in Canada. That lag is exactly why existing inventory, especially distressed inventory, holds such a premium right now. So to give you a sense of what that looks like on the residential side, I'd like to mention two specific deals in Hamilton right now. One is on East 37th Street, a 2-bedroom detached under power of sale listed at $465,000. It's an as-is play where the profit is in the renovation and the exit strategy. Another on Wellington Street, listed at $550,000, near a GO station, great character, flexible layout. These aren't easy button deals. They require knowing your numbers and understanding the legal complications of a power of sale. But that's why we're here. We're currently facing a $200 billion mortgage renewal wall. People who are paying 2% are now looking at 5 or 6%. That pressure is driving a 60% year-over-year surge in power of sale listings across the GTA. The institutional money is already moving. CMHC's data shows a huge flow into multifamily by the MLI Select program, and the smart money is acting while everyone else is waiting for the perfect time. If you want to look at the specific criteria for these power of sale deals or other ones, or need help navigating the commercial landscape, we can connect after the call, of course. And I wanted to mention, because you had a gorgeous picture there of a unit in Toronto. There is a beautiful two-story legal triplex, 3 separately metered units in Toronto and Leslieville available. The rent income can be astronomical, around 80,000 plus a year. Fantastic off-market opportunity, as well as a 3-bedroom condo at Wilson and Bathurst, which has been reduced to just under 600,000. So if anybody's interested in either one, please get in touch with me. And thank you again for listening. And thank you, Navtash, for hosting and having me.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it. Once again, get in touch with Randy. Her randygoodman.com is her website. I've known her for a long time. We have done a couple of shows, real estate investment shows in Calgary and Toronto, and she is a great event planner at the same time. So moving forward, there are other opportunities available as well. So what is happening? Randy mentioned that a lot of small businesses are getting in trouble. So this is one of them. It breaks my heart to see that 1402 Queen Street West is again Popeye. And because of default, notice of distress was issued, and the business have to get shut down. They're not making enough money. And again, as a common courtesy, if you can support the local businesses, that'll be good. Some of these small businesses are hurting. They are barely making a living altogether. Again, rent and inflation. Again, the landlord have their own issues because the mortgage rates are gone up, and commercial real estate is very, very difficult. But having said that, that's what it is. Frank, are you here? Frank Fernandez? Frank, are you here? Frank is a gentleman who is a mortgage agent, and he's well known for one thing. He's able to help you to put the deals together, and he's pretty good with when it comes to private investing, private investors. So in case you happen to a situation, or you have a situation where you want to save a situation with a lot of equity, he could help you out, and his phone number is right here as well. Also, I'd like to bring somebody else. This is a bit off the topic for the time being. Vladimir, are you here?
Yes, Uncle.
All right. What would you like to share tonight? Your choice, 2 minutes.
What I want to share my experience. I was going through the investment property, what I was looking, and interesting enough, I choose maybe 3 property from 100. So this is what you and Randy mentioned before. You have to do like due diligence on each of them, because some of them it doesn't make a sense. So it's really, really important to do your due diligence and pick and choose. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Vladimir. Vladimir is a superstar. I've known him for quite a while, maybe about 5 to 10, no, maybe 8, 9 years or 10 years, maybe. Time flies. But he have done deals all across. He's a great wholesaler. In case you have any wholesale deal you're looking to buy or invest, you can get in touch with him. And we will be bringing the wholesale deals by September to our groups of investors here. We also going to be introducing some of the other opportunities where you can go directly. And what I mean is, let me see what I mean. Let me just share with you. So here is auction. Please take your time, grab your camera, or make a note. These are certain properties coming under tax sale. The property value is approximately $120,000 2,000, 121,000. The minimum bid you can buy is with about $5,800 or $6,000. The property address is 2862 Lake Charlotte Water. And this, once you buy this property, the owner can come after you. This will take place on May 12th. You can Google it. I just thought I'd just share with you. If you can acquire a property worth $120,000 for $6,000, I guess you don't need to be a genius or something to realize that this could be a reasonably good deal. Okay. I'd like to also share another one at the same time. This is another piece of property. This property is worth about $340,000. The minimum bid is about $11,000. Again, May 12th is the deadline. There's a lot of due diligence required on these type of deals because you're not going to see a lot of other stuff, which could be in form of liens or soil contamination or whatever. We have done a number of deals like this. One of our students bought a piece of property in Mississauga. I do believe that that property is worth about 1.4 to 1.5. And to the best of my knowledge, I believe he paid about $550 for it, about $1 million or 800 to 900,000 profit in one deal. That's what the education does to you when you're fully educated and you are putting into practice what you learn. It's not going to happen on a first deal. Sometimes it's a numbers game. Out of 50 deals, 100 deals, you may gonna get one or two, or even one or two deals will be a lot more worth it than doing hundreds of other deals as well. There's good news for Calgary. Calgary, there's a big auction coming up on 23rd of April. Today is 14th. So there are about 200 properties, might be a little less. It was 210 properties. Anybody who want information on Calgary real estate, let me know, or you can simply Google it. Calgary public auction, real estate public auction. Those who have not done it, make sure you don't jump in it. If you're not sure, take your time, learn it first. Otherwise, you will get burned badly, though. Again, every investment carries risk and rewards. Risk tend to increase when you do not know what you're doing, and the rewards get much higher when you're well educated, well informed, and you've done your proper due diligence. And sometimes you might have to say no to even a good deal because there could be a problem down the road. Calgary is offering you about $35,000. I do believe there's about 10,000 also available for Ottawa as well to build a backyard suite or garden suite. They call it coach house, laneway house, whatever the different name could be. Please check with the city before you begin. They do not do the retroactive. If you've done it, you may not be eligible. You might have to get it ahead of the time, though. This is Bloodbath in Toronto. People have lost over $1 million. This is sold on March 17th. By the way, original purchase price was 2.5. Got sold. It is a huge, huge investment opportunity here. There are still some bad news. People who are bought at the peak. I do believe that some of these units are being sold or houses sold because of the affordability. Because some of these people got the house at 2% or 1.5% interest rate. Now, when it comes to mortgage renewal, they're under heavy pressure. And some of these properties have sold at a huge distress price, though. And all these things are public knowledge. It is not a correction, it's simply a dip. Too many people bought it and overpaid for it. And that's what happens. And again, as I said earlier, just a very powerful advice. Do what the private equity companies invest in single family homes. If you follow them, the chances are your chance of success is 99% though. I also like to bring in Leonard. Leonard, are you here tonight?
Yes, hi.
What would you like to share tonight? What power sale or anything in the market?
Right now that pre-construction wise, we're just seeing a little bit more activities going on that one. Due to it, because of they reduced the per square feet. Right now, $1,000 square feet gone is now has come down to close to 700 to some of them even 650 a square feet. And because of the HST rebate thing, that we see a little bit more transaction happening in that area. Also, what I noticed last few days is the new construction's maintenance fees actually come down significantly. They reduced a lot more, so which is also contributing to the sales that pre-construction is going on. So
Is there
that's
any particular project you're talking about?
right now, Bridle Path. We working on Bridle Path and some of the few other projects in Scarborough, which is doing significantly helping us to reduce the per square feet, so we'll be able to sell it.
So what is the cost per square feet now?
Right now, we're running at about $700 a square feet. But if you're doing a bulk sales, so we're getting it about $650 a square feet.
And these are townhouses or condos or houses?
These are condos.
These are condos, okay? High-rise condos?
High-rise condos, yes.
What's the major intersection or major location?
It's like I said, the Bridle Path in Toronto.
Okay.
Another one is in Warden and Shepherd. Another one, Pharmacy and Shepherd.
All right, okay. Well, they're not that far from the subway, by the way.
No.
Good locations as well, though. Great. Thank you, Leonard. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. So this is the input from, again, one of the very experienced realtor, Leonard. Leonard, you can please share your name and number on Q&A or in the chat. I believe you can go in Q&A. It'll be much better for you. This is, again, another house in Toronto. Again, this is one of the very prime area in Toronto where people have lost $1 million. This is one of the very rare properties. You don't see, this is not for average person. But again, losing about $1 million is not funny though. But again, just thought I'd share with you. So this is another power sale. This is one of the ultra luxury buyers and sellers. I happened to visit one of the property last weekend, I guess. It's under construction. It's about 11,000 square feet in a gated community in Toronto. First time I see a gated community in Toronto. The gates are there, but they're building about 11,000 square feet of a house. I think the cost to build it was $7 million. The lot might be about $3 million. And the timing would be about 3 to 4 years to build it. Happened to visit that piece of property, have a look at it, and see what the new technology, the ultra buyers, what they want, all the heated floors all across the house, which was nice to see. And the construction of change, even the windows cost was like $500,000 or so. I'm sure the kitchen cost will be again something close to that $500,000 or more. And they imported all the stuff from, I believe, from other countries. Even the bricks came from, I believe, from Turkey or something. But again, there's a market for it. Again, this market is also go through ups and downs, by the way. This is just thought I should share with you. This is under power sale. It was listed for 30 million. Now it's for 22 million. This is where the profit is going to be in the next 10 to 15, 20 years in Toronto, in my opinion. How do you acquire a single family home and turn it into multi-units, whether you're renting it to seniors or you're turning it to 3-bedroom, 2 bedrooms. This could be a good conversion. Again, the government is bending backward right now. You will not see these type of opportunities with a 5% down, GST rebate, no development charges up to certain units, and so on. And this opportunity really exists in Toronto alone, in my opinion, compared to surrounding areas, the GTA. Other areas, they're allowed only 3 units though. This is something that a lot of private equity companies, they don't want you to know where to invest. Again, if you only want to do your homework, you're going to simply follow a couple of private equity companies. Most of the private equity companies do extremely well. Most of private equity companies are never listed on the Toronto or stock exchange, which are about 90% of them. They intend to do much better. So their formula is simple: build to rent, purpose-built, multifamily rental communities. And they believe, which we have seen with the numbers over the last couple of years. I've been looking at it. I have not invested in it yet. And I have a good friend of mine who's been building for the last 40 plus years in Toronto, tagging them along, picking up the information, attending some, meeting a couple of other builders, investors, other sources, and realizing it, this would be the scenario for investors sort of investing in single family or condo. If you're a little bit more sophisticated, have some more funds, you're in for a long term. This could be good for. So this is something they call hybrid model for institutional level returns, or I call it private equity level return. Private equity companies do extremely well when it comes to investments. This is another about value add. This is again, if you have already a home, you want to add up another suite, a garden suite. This is called value add tsunami. According to Stat Canada, we need about 3.2 million new houses by 2035, which is about 10 years away, which will be very, very difficult for us to build. So what they're doing is they're asking you to add up another unit. And as I said earlier, the government is helping you and giving you whatever they can to start building it. And I believe that cost is coming down quite a bit comparatively to 2022. A lot of trades are available as speaking. So we've been doing this for many, many years. Those who are not aware of it, you can just add up something on the Google about us. Again, we have some training coming up. The class is on 19th of April, which is Sunday from 2 to 4. If you want to know about it, just text the information to us. We'll be happy to reply to you. Let me see if there's anything else. Does anybody have any questions? Please feel free to ask. Anybody have any questions? You can raise your hand. You can ask Q&A. Otherwise, we'll be done in 3 to 4 minutes time. Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you, Leonard. All right. Our next meeting will be May 12th. By the way, I know it's summertime. If you have any particular topic or so, let us know. If you have a wholesale deal, or if you're looking for a joint venture partner, you're looking for private money, let us know ahead of the time. We'll be more than happy to assist you. All the discussions will be kept confidentially, just for your privacy sake of it. If you have a deal, you want to make it public, we can make it public for you. Just to let you know, there are a couple of opportunities we have. If you are looking to buy fix and flip property, especially in GTA, we might have few of them available for you. Again, when we look at the property, we'll tell you exactly what the property address is, what shape it is in. We might have appraisal. We might even have a general idea about fixing, what will be the profitability wise, or how you can get in and out. If you need hard money lending, or if you need, should you do the joint venture? Should you do under your corporation or your name? Because one thing you have to understand, that tax man want half of your money. Tax man want half of your money. How can you reduce to 10%? That can be done. And Randy Goodman will definitely gonna ask her to bring a couple of deals which can be fix and flip as well. Or even I can ask her to share some examples with you for the next meeting. The next meeting will be May 12th. The time we finish in time. Thank you so much, everybody. And whatever you enjoy this beautiful evening, thank you so much for attending and good night.
Thank you.
Bye, Randy. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, sir. Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you, Leonard.